Hi everybody and welcome back to Kingsfield, Japan. Last time, we did a whole lot of stuff, even though it looks like we're on the first floor. We have made our Swordmaster probably max. We are working at getting our strength and magic score to 80, which we think is going to allow us to use weapon arts, which is required for the final boss. And we are going back into the first 3 floors to go loot the dragon sealed rooms. We have found that basically who would be Randolph III has usurped the throne. We learned this from Randolph VIII, who is dead and is kind of haunting his own crypt on the 3rd floor, and we learned that he was poisoned and murdered by Randolph II, who was also murdered by Randolph III, who is the current king. The current king sent a whole lot of people into the catacombs, which was the shrine for the savior of the area, and our father was amongst them. He was the commander. We learned that he fought a Black Knight and was killed and buried with a stone version of the Moonlight Greatsword. Around his tomb is growing medicinal herbs, which should say a lot about the holiness of that area. And then in the 5th floor, we ran into Miria, the fairy at service to the forest dragon Guyra, who then went and turned our sword into the Moonlight Greatsword. So what our final goal is to level up, find all the stuff in the sealed rooms, and take the fight to Randolph III. The other bit of lore that I don't think shows up all that much is that humans don't have magic, and the only humans that do end up being royalty. John Alfred Forrester is from a cadet branch of the Randolph line, so he's able to use magic, which makes him a little bit unique. So let's get started. We already hit the sealed room on this floor, so let's go down to the 2nd floor and see if we can't find the sealed room. I know we were able to find them when we were exploring, so now it's kind of just go find them again. We also have the Magician's Map, so that should make things a little bit easier. This music's different. This music is very different. Holy moly. I'm actually kind of digging it. The soldier who was here is gone now. Man, this music is great! junk for me now. It's probably all verdite. Loot, backtracking, and looting. Which I understand isn't as, like, exciting as it might be. I think the dragon door is in the tunnels. So I think I'm gonna bounce out of here, go to the tunnels. I bet it's down that way. Where are we at? Still 77. Gotta shoot everything. It's supposed to be a cave system. There is a dungeon on this floor, though. So, yes and no. I'm just looking for the sealed dragon door on floor 2. I've noticed the music has completely changed on this floor. And welcome back, United. This isn't even a locked door. It's weird. Move, ghost. Move. Just move. Ghost. Seriously. Doing pretty well. I'm actually really excited. Hopefully, it feels like we could or should be able to finish the game today. So, not this upgrade system. Probably the next one over. So this is the dungeon system. And then I'm gonna check through here first. Oh, hello. Trying to get that magic stat up. Meanwhile, my dog is knocking on my door, so give me just a second. Come on. I know I'm doing this a little bit weird. Ah, here it is. Sealed dragon doors are open. We are getting stuff. Still looking for that 80-80. Now we can head down to the next floor. This was locked, so... Well, we need those. We need those. Birdite, sweet. 78. And we learned a magic, so... It's not that. Oh, must be Wind Cutter. Sweet. Let us equip that. The signature... One of the signature magics of FromSoft. It's pretty much in everything. It becomes the white corona in Dark Souls. There was a shortcut teleporter in here. Yeah, there's a shortcut teleporter. That goes back to the first floor. Here's a well. Mummies! Face my wind wrath. Right here, sweet. Hey, Dragon Tree Leaf. Forest armor. Alright, so do I want to go all the way back to floor 1, or do I want to go manually? So this will take me back to floor 1. No! I hate it when it does that. Ah! Beginning of the game is right there. Huh. Hold on a second. Sweet, that should put us to 79. Yeah. think there might... the floor 5 portal should be this way. I know the fountain is over here. Take a look around before we go. No, that's just wind cutter. Hold on. So if I took off wind cutter, just so that I don't accidentally trigger it. It doesn't shoot. So we thought it would be 80-80. So I was hoping to get to 80-80. Making a beeline. I know there's a floor 5 portal around here somewhere, but can't quite remember where it was. Check the magician's map. Actually, I was pretty sure he was nearby. Hey, Bask, you've got anything to say? It seems like there's getting less monsters. I can't wait to hear about the commander's brave. Oh yeah, right. About that. Might as well save since we're here. Things learned. I've heard that this guy is supposedly blind, but you can hardly tell. Actually, you know what? Let's see if the truth mirror says anything. Not in front of him. Wilfred Light, a merchant coming from the affluent Light clan. He participated in previous maneuvers as supply master in charge of combat goods, and then decided to remain in the graveyard and open a shop. Like, I know the floor 5 portal is around here. Can't quite remember exactly where it was. Left wall strats, everybody. Skeleton. scholar. There shouldn't be anything in here. Otherwise, it shouldn't be too much of an issue to go right back down. Oh, hello. I shall kill you. Trying to hit everything so that I can get that 80th point. Oh yeah, it's very much a first game. And some first games from developers are extremely embarrassing. See also Way of the Warrior by Naughty Dog. But this one's actually really fun. So I dig the level design. A little bit tough to aim the wind cutter. Alright. Hey, Tomato! What's going on? I'll take the express down to number 3 and then just run down. I think we got as much backtracking as we're gonna be able to do. So now we're just taking a run down. Unless yeah, taking a run. This should bring us down to 3. It's kind of fine, because, like, I've got to hit things to get my 80th point. I wonder if there's anything here. It's really just do that. Yeah, it looks like it is just a dead end. Look at that HP regen. Just like... Huh. Locked door. What's behind this door? Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, shortcut. Sweet. So, kind of. Not in the Dark Souls sense. Like, there'll be, like, a skeleton will pop out of one, and there'll be, like, a trapped one. But for the most part, no. Like, different kinds of mimics. Hey, is this guy still alive? Not really, but it's fine. So the one behind us will take us back to floor 1, I think, and this is going to take us back down to floor 5. We're going to explore floor 5. With our jumpy boys. Alright, let's get our bearings and look at the magician's map. So I think the big square is where the final boss is going to be. We are exiting the middle, like kind of the top middle, into the diamond pattern up top middle. So let's hang right and see what's going on over there. Me. Oh, jumpy boy. Just throwing dark orbs at me. Looks like it's a dead end. Ah, hello. Why is this here? Nope, don't want that. Whatever that is, you can keep it. Oh boy, that's like real nasty. here? Ooh, Verdite! Oh, amazing! So we're at 80 magic, now we just need strength. So that the world could be mended. There's a lot of cool rewards for exploring. And even though everything's a bit, yeah, skeleton... Listen, you should see how that looks in Kingsfield 3. It's extremely loud. It's kind of ridiculous. Hey, a hidden door. Wow, sweet. Hidden save points. Cool, cool, cool. Like, in Kingsfield 3, it is extremely loud. It's ridiculous. Gotta fight all the things. Yeah, proto-Seaths. It's all Seath trying to get... It's all Seath trying to kill Guyra. And Guyra trying to kill Seath. Hey, Verdite, sweet. Holy crap! So apparently there's hidden... Yeah, that hidden door sucks. I think I know where I am from yesterday, so there should be a save point around here. Yep. I am gonna try something. It might YOLO, it might not, but I have my feather boots. Yes. We lose nothing from trying. Oh my god, 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 it's an invisible freaking... Ah! FromSoft, why you do this thing? What is with dragons and invisible freaking bridges? I'm so mad right now. level went up. I'm so mad right now. Hold on. We gotta try something. We got lightning bolt. Amazing. Alright, we need this. We need that. We need this. We need this. We need that. Oh, there it is! Alright, we gotta figure this out. Because we got it once. Oh, there it is! Oh, that insta-killed them. Okay, so this is the other side of that. Well, I still don't want what you're selling, man. Alright, let's go back across the invisible bridge and then... Eat it! Eat it! Moonlight Greatsword! Let's see if Miria and Guyra have anything new to say, if they're still here. Everything depends on you. Power of the sword and power of magic. Please, you must not fail. Oh my gosh, it looks so much like cow meat. It's a little finicky, because it requires some, like, frame-perfect timing. Wow, that only just grazed him. Alright, I'm just gonna let my MP recharge for a moment. Next to the save point. Oh, we got Firewall, which is basically Firestorm in Souls. Alright, so... we gotta go back over the invisible bridge. Leave me alone, jerks! Ah, man! There's a turn I have to do. Getting to the boss on floor 5 is a little easy, but, like, you have to go over these invisible bridges and be like, yo, why you do this, FromSoft? Why is this a thing you do? Okay, so this is... Freaking hell. I keep falling off the bridge. I could just see it now, like all these kids in 1996, and like not understanding it's an invisible bridge, and like, and even the ones that do know, it's like, how do you get across? Where are you supposed to go? How am I falling? Yeah. So there's supposed to be a turn. I'm gonna have fun with this thing. That never gets old. So I'm supposed to be able to turn there. How do I... Do I keep, like, missing it? Invisible bridges never change. Just death, yeah. There's no... none of that. Yeah, I keep falling off. Alright, so this is just gonna be... trial and error. I must have fallen off. I must have taken that shift slightly too far. It's too bad you can't just use the harp. And like bows and arrows don't come into Kingsfield until like I was too far forward. Okay. I got knocked off. Alright, let's try... I think I had it, but it's like... I don't have it. Hooray! I got it. Invisible steps, too. So... wow, look at these snakes! Shooting out lightning bolts. Moonlight greatsword things. Reinhardt II. Let's truth mirror him. Wow, you can't truth mirror him? Let's wait for Dark to come out. Hey, remember these from Dark Souls 2? This is Reinhardt II. And you wonder why? I will spare you if you leave the sword. If you don't want to, I'll be happy to send you to the grave with your father. Then I will use you as my servant sometime. Oh crap. Alright, I'm hitting F1 just to be sure. Hey, can somebody look up how... Am I supposed to go forward? Or am I supposed to leave? Everybody's stopped. That guy has verdite. Hold on, just a second. Yeah, I think... Okay, so... I had to look it up on YouTube. Just to make sure I wasn't gonna, like, mess up something. Alright. So we should be all set. We just have to leave. Yeah, I found Heinz. Castle of Verdite on the top. Sun setting. The path to the Dark World was closed, the battle was won, and only the legend lived on in Verdite. But as the days of peace may not endure, as long as there is evil magic in the veins of the kings of Verdite, someday one will strive to open the dark door again. John's dream was to become a swordsman who surpassed his father and finally realized now to carve his name in the world and prove that he and his father had lived. Goes by a little fast. And that is the original Kingsfield, launched with the PlayStation in Japan. The PlayStation wouldn't release for another year. And by then, there was already Kingsfield 2, which, because ASCII Entertainment, or which would become Age Tech, was like a group of like less than 10 people, and I think one real translator, they skipped straight to 2, which is weird. I mean, it's understandable, but it kind of kneecaps the effect of the nostalgia in Kingsfield 3. By the way, we'll be back to that floor in Kingsfield 3. John Alfred Forrester will go on to become king. And we defeated the tree that is Reinhardt II, Reinhardt III. Because we found Reinhardt II. And Reinhardt III. So yeah, that's Kingsfield 1. What did you ever, like, I don't know how many people are here, but what did you guys think? If you've seen all or even parts, do you guys have any questions? Like, have any lore now that we're like kind of stuck on the screen? It's a lot of fun. If you can get over the fact that the FOV is slow, that it is, you know, frankly ugly, and you can put that on your mind and like start thinking about like little goals and the bigger goals, then you got it. Actually, one of the Dark Souls directors, who directs with Miyazaki, I forget his name, he joined FromSoft right after this game. He had played this game and then he decided to try to work for FromSoft because he thought that because of the strength of the level design and like what they were able to accomplish with like probably almost no help with the SDK, and they had just stopped making business software that fed pigs in Hokkaido or something. But yeah, he joined FromSoft right after that, after playing this game. And he's usually the co-director with Miyazaki. I think he directed Dark Souls 2, and he co-directed Dark Souls 3. So I forget his name. I think it starts with a T. Naotoshi Zin, like I mentioned yesterday, is on the board of directors at Katakawa now. Yeah, like seriously, their business software was like for farms to manage when their pigs would eat or something in Hokkaido. So, yeah, United thinks that this was pretty good for those of you on YouTube who are watching. And, yeah. We'll be back to that area in Kingsfield 3. I actually bought it the other day. Hopefully it'll show up in the mail soon. Next week we'll start Kingsfield 1, which I do own, and it should be on a proper emulator because it is an American PSX disc and I have an American BIOS from my PlayStation. So, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys all there, and thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. I think it's frozen at here. Yeah! Next time, PlayStation, you should have, like, figured out how to tell your developers to, like, end a game instead of just, like, turning it off, because none of my buttons do anything here. Kingsfield 2, I have played most of Kingsfield 2 because I have it on an American PlayStation disc. I did play most of it like a year ago on my PlayStation 3. It's a big leap. There's better textures. There still isn't faces, but there's better textures. It's a bigger environment, even though it's set as an island. Less square, less 90-degree angles, more not 90-degree angles. Yeah. It's still a little bit blocky, but there is a leap between this one and Kingsfield 2 in that regard. Better textures, better level design. It's hard to say. It's not like today, looking at it now, it's not a huge leap, but like currently back then it was probably an exponential leap, because FromSoft was very adamant in making a fully polygonal game, unlike Square, which was using JPEGs, or Capcom, which was using JPEG backgrounds along with their polygons, which is why their people on Square and Resident Evil looked better, because there was more polygons available for their characters, because they were using JPEGs for the backgrounds. This one was fully 3D. FromSoft wants to be fully 3D. So, looking back at it, it looks like it's not a huge leap, but like, it's a pretty big leap. Much better textures, much better texture work, probably better support from Sony Entertainment in Japan. So yeah. And Kingsfield 3, on top of that, is an even huger leap. It's a bigger leap forward. Like, the texture work is way better. It's not like a flat green like we have here. There's actual trees. Kingsfield 3 is actually outside, which helps. This one is inside and in tunnels for the most part, because they couldn't figure out like how to make as many polygons as they possibly could to make it, quote, outside. Kingsfield 3 is actually outside. Kingsfield 2 is mostly inside, but it has some outside features. But again, Kingsfield 2 is an island. The setup for Kingsfield 2 is that after Kingsfield 1, Gen Alfred Forrester becomes the King of Verdite. He has the Moonlight Greatsword. The sword given to him by Guyra. And the sword, literally, is to kill Seath. Like, the sword is to kill Seath. And, Reinhardt III is from a corrupt line of kings. And this is, like, the greater story here is about how power corrupts leadership. Humans, magic in humans is very rare, and for the most part they're all royalty. And that magic corrupted the Reinhardt line and the Randolph line. So, like, Reinhardt II gets petrified. We see him right outside the boss door. Randolph VIII is murdered in his sleep after it turned out that he was super powerful with magic. Reinhardt III makes everybody go into the catacombs looking for magical items, and basically murdered his entire like army, including John Alfred Forrester's father, who died killing the Black Knight. Randolph III, he goes in with his two lieutenants, the Black Knight, who is dead, you don't have to ever worry about him, and the black sorcerer that we found in the floor above, who was the boss, named as the boss. And like, you find Randolph III as a tree with a face sticking out. Hello, Dark Souls 2. Not because FromSoft is leaning on the Yggdrasil thing or the World Tree thing, but because they're leaning on the fact that trees are weird and they suck life force out of the ground and out of the sky. And I think maybe FromSoft is thinking they're really selfish individuals, selfish creatures. But like, he turns himself into a tree. He's basically the Bed of Chaos Mark 0.02 or something. Yeah, Hunter, we got the credits. It was really simple. We're just talking about the lore now. So I thought I was going to end it earlier, but we didn't. We're just talking about like Kingsfield lore as it is. Yeah, so like, so Randolph III is a tree with a face in it, and he is summoning all of the monsters, and he has all of the monsters at his behest because, as we will find out later, or intimate later, because it's never like explicitly said, that Randolph III is being controlled by Guyra because Guyra wants to fight. I mean, not Guyra. Excuse me. Randolph III is being controlled by Seath because he wants to fight Guyra. Guyra gives us the Moonlight Greatsword to kill Seath, but we only kill Randolph III. So in the next game, the Moonlight Greatsword is stolen from the royal throne room and brought to an island because Guyra wants John Alfred Forrester to come get the sword to go kill Seath. This backfires because it's Alexander from Granatiki, Prince Alexander, BFF to John Alfred Forrester. The Prince of Granatiki goes to the island instead to go rescue the Moonlight Greatsword. And instead, Guyra gets murdered, which opens a power vacuum for Seath to come in Kingsfield 3 and take over John Alfred Forrester. That's a whole lot. Like, they're both bad, but they've both got their own agendas. They're heroes in their own story, and it's hard to say that either of them is super bad, but like, literally, Seath is called the White Dragon of the Darkness because white is the color of death in Asia, in Asian cultures, and Guyra is initially framed as the Forest Dragon. So there's some like lore implications, connection implications with Dark Souls, so think about that. Like, we talk about the Abyss as a thing that happens in all Dark Souls games, but the Abyss, you visit the Abyss in like pretty much every FromSoft game in some way, shape, or form. Like, Floor 5 is essentially the Abyss here. You visit the Abyss in Kingsfield 2 to go fight Guyra, and you come back to talk to Guyra's consciousness in Kingsfield 3 at Floor 5 because they put the entirety of Kingsfield 1 into Kingsfield 3. That's a thing. Space is the cosmos in some FromSoft games, such as Shadow Tower Abyss and Bloodborne, which Abyss actually has a lot to do with Bloodborne. And then you visit the Abyss in every Dark Souls game. Now, so think about this. If you're gonna big brain this and like link all of these FromSoft games together. Seath, the White Dragon of Darkness, resurrects himself somehow, and because he is the White Dragon of Darkness and probably out and out the villain, joins in with Gwyn to try to kill Calamite, who is basically Guyra. He probably doesn't give a crap about the rest of the dragons, and Gwyn goes and kills all the dragons but Calamite, and like, you have to send the chosen undead back in time to go kill Calamite for Gwyn. who's in a forest, by the way, because Guyra is initially the dragon of the forest, quote unquote. Meanwhile, Seath is, like, hanging out with the crystals, which in Kingsfield 3, the Master Sword is not the Moonlight Greatsword, but the Exelector, which is made out of crystals. It's the third that binds the other two together, the other two swords being Darkslayer from Seath to kill Calamite, and Moonlight Greatsword from Guyra/Calamite to kill Seath. And then the Exelector, which is made out of crystals. It is a fun thing that to kill Seath, you have to kill a crystal, which doesn't look like the Exelector at all, because obviously it's still a crystal that is keeping him alive. So if you want to big brain this, there's a lot of like little references that link Seath from Kingsfield and Guyra from Kingsfield to Seath from Dark Souls and Calamite from Dark Souls. There's a lot of like symmetries there, a lot of like echoes and such like. So it's fun to map those things together. And again, if you want to big brain it, they are the same individual in certain ways. Like the first 3 Kingsfield games takes place over the course of like 20-30 years or something. Yeah, like, as Hunter says, for those on YouTube, they say, Kingsfield lore is that kind of old gamey kind of bonkers where it's very limited by the technical aspects so that they make the wildest things they can about these giant polygons. The thing about FromSoft is they keep making wild things about these polygons, even when they figure out how to make textures work, like in Dark Souls, or Dark Souls 3, or whatever. Like, they keep making wild things up, and then making these little seeds that link all the way back to 1994, which is really freaking great. I love it. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun to go back to all the way back to Kingsfield 1, and then see where all these echoes are showing up from Dark Souls, even though, like, Miyazaki doesn't join FromSoft until like 2003, 2004 or something like that. Like, FromSoft obviously likes continuing bits of this story here and there, and like, it's not even just a reference, it's just like continued story, continued shenanigans from Seath. This background is actually really cool. It's like really chill. I'd actually love this remixed as like a music box. This would be great as a music box. Like, anything else that you guys want to like raise before I kill the stream even more? Or try to kill it again before I get sidetracked into talking about the implications of Seath from Dark Souls being the same as Seath from Kingsfield? Alright. The next chapter of this bonkers story, which takes place maybe like 5 to 10 years after the end of this one. I think John Alfred's already had his child, which is why Alexander goes instead. Is Kingsfield 2. We'll try that next week. It's a much longer game, so I expect it to take the rest of the year. It is not as like, you know, sliced as this one is with specific floors like Shadow Tower would be. Kingsfield 2 is much more a dungeon crawler without specific floors. Side note, and I know I said this on Twitter, all of the seals, all the teleport pads in this game, very reminiscent of Dark Demon Souls, with all of its Solomonic seals, which makes the entire Nexus a giant teleport pad, which fits because that's where you teleport to other worlds. There you go. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody!